Hello, my name is Ethan and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Heist League 3.12. In this episode, we're going to be doing strategy for endless delve. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically there's this upcoming thing and this announcement for 1 week endless delve. So it's an event coming up on December 11th, and so we're already planning stuff for it and putting it out there so people can also give me what they think about it. So it's a pure delve event. Sulfite is not required, so unlimited sulfites. You just can try. You get your passive points from leveling. You incur Katava's resistance penalties. You ascend, and you'll be able to buy skill gems. Now I have huge list of stuff, and so this is SSF, no trade, and there's prizes and shit, and you want to get to level 95. But besides all that, let's get into what this is all about. I have a presentation here about endless delve and some strategies to help you guys and stuff I thought was really useful. This is what I plan for my endless delve. So I found this. Let's start off with some really pog insane stuff. I found this. This is a past event from over 2 years ago of something that I think is similar to this endless delve. And so it's an SSF event where we're starting a mechanic where you're only in delve. This is screenshots of where they were only doing one thing and they had no access to the rest of the map and the rest of the items. So the new starting zone, you came in, you'd click this provisions chest and loot five skill gems, scroll of wisdom, some random stuff you would get from Hillock. 5 skills and loot. Provision starting chest. I can imagine some starting loot when we come into our delve because we have no items. Even more loot! We get 2 chests. Gravicus. And 2 chests. And then he took a bow. And what was the bow? Why are they all white sockets? Fully 3-linked. Wait, you'll start with a 3-link in delve? What? Maybe. This is an old event from 2 years ago, and the power level that we have felt recently, delirium cluster jewels, that's enough. I don't need to, oh, we could say all the heist stuff, and you know, but replica and timeless jewels, and oh my god, these are insane. Okay, so wait, I need to describe these to you. 30%, this is like you'll start the game, imagine this. 30% increased attack speed when on low life. 15% increased attack speed when on full life, 10 life, 20% increased cast speed when on low life, 9% increased cast speed when on full life. That's insane. And then this has shocks 2 nearby enemies for 2 seconds on killing a shocked enemy. So you kill an enemy and then shock 2 more enemies and then kill those enemies and kill. So perma shock. This bow is insane. This is what he took. So then I wrote here, I want to see the minion one. Because if we can see this, and we can see this, can you guys imagine? Yeah, right. So what I actually wrote here is all the stuff that we have to think about, because I need to bring you guys to the level that we're at of what we're thinking of for this event, because this is reality. So this is SSF. No trading. There's no heist, no mapping, no blight, no harvest, just delve. My predictions and expectations are that minion nodes will be very good for us. Enchanted fossils could be fun. This is a meme a little bit. To get it, the enchanted helmet, you know, you could enchanted fossil. I thought of it, so I had to include it. Pristine fossils for life crafting. That's going to be huge, obviously. Perfect fossils for quality crafting. We can also, like, prismatic fossils. I have a huge list of delve stuff to help you guys with delve. I think everyone for this event should understand delve for SSI. Like, you're not coming in fresh. We will have to find all gear bases through delving since SSF. So you're going to have a good filter. You're going to have to know what you're looking for, which is usually armor bases, and then the item level is going to be based on the area that you're farming. Lots of resonators and fossil crafting, because you shouldn't have access to the crafting bench or Einhar or anything. It's just gonna be delving and normal normal alchem alterations, and then fossils. Build will have to be SSF friendly and have a lot of crafting planned without awakener orbs. No Awakener orbs, no Conqueror influences, so no power. We've lost everything. No brass dome, no socket walls, no cluster jewels, probably no cold iron points, primordial jewels, no crafting bench, no timeless jewel, no awaken, no alt quality, no anointing, but talismans maybe. Talismans might be OP, because they can have anoints past 68 probably. No endurance charge craft, no div turn-in, no carnage chieftain or host chieftain. We start to realize what this is. I needed to do this so that we can understand and we can now explain what I developed. So I also have this. You guys probably like this. This is the entire Delve page. The Path of Exile PDF. I don't want to go through it right now. I would rather go through my build first, and then at the end I do plan to go and talk about the Delve. So if you guys want a simple explanation of this big thing, I will do my best at the end. So now I'll talk about my build because I think it's higher priority. So this is what I put together. It's a rough draft. It's because there's still a lot of time. I just wanted to get something out there for people to think about, because I'm telling you, this is really weird. Everyone thinks simple, and it wasn't. Dude, did you see what I listed? Oh my god. So I've tried to like go to the basics because we've lost everything. And so delving, what do I know about delving? Well, I've delved to 1500 3 times, and so what I know about minion builds is that the minion survivability is really big. And so how do you get your minions to survive is a great question. So what I've come up with here is that we can take every minion survival node on the skill tree, which is we take sacrifice like normal, the minion life, regen, leech into sacrifice in Dom army, but this time we took the fizz damage and the minion life into in Dom army instead of the elemental army, and this time we took grave intentions because we wanted the extra chaos res from this free grave intentions, so that maybe our minions can live, so we don't have to respawn them and we can run a node over and over, because if we have infinite sulfite, dying doesn't matter. This is the actual, I want to introduce you guys to the idea. So delving is cancer, and what if you actually took out some of your own survivability? I think at first we're going to be really well balanced survivability wise, but at a certain point, if you want to push in delving, you could just try a node 5 times and you'll probably beat it. It probably wouldn't even take 5 tries if you get better, right? There is ways to improve your chances of surviving without even like off screening, and alternate mechanics like Val skills to have up times where you can win an encounter that it's like a millisecond. You can use phase run, the combo that I had, phase run, increased duration, second win. So there's like all this delve stuff that we did before, but the main concept behind all of it, no matter what, as a minion build, to go delving, your minions have to survive. So we're now thinking of delving without cluster jewels. So for the longest time, I've always said, oh, I just go golems, they're elemental immune, and then you go dread marches. Well, I can't do that. So I've done the pseudo dread marches. So we are a golem build. We are elementalists. We've only tech 3 ascendancies because whatever, fine, we'll get the 4th. It doesn't matter. And I teched into what is pseudo dread march for pretty good minion survivability. And then I also took Ravenous Horde because I don't think we're gonna have the anoint, and I think we can just keep leveling and leveling and leveling in low level areas because you have infinite sulfite and it's basically mapping, and delving is actually really good experience, like no joke, it's amazing. If you could just keep running delving without having to just map for sulfite, it was really good. And so because you have to roll the maps and prepare high quality maps, and it takes a lot of time, or prepare groups if you're going to do rotas. Whereas, yeah, just where you get to constantly run delving, this is a literal limit test on delving. This is amazing, and everybody should try it. This is incredible. I can't wait to... So, yeah, basically, I want to run you guys through the build now. have done a lot of talking just to introduce you to the concepts. There's a lot. And this is the 27th, and this event starts on the 11th. I've given you guys so much time to think about this. Okay, so these are the reses. So I made some gear. It's all rare. There's no uniques. I came up with some ideas too. Some cool shit. I'll start off with, no chaos crafted, okay? We can use aberrants eventually when you get them, but at first, I think just who cares, okay? I think you're gonna be good except for fungal caverns, nemesis, beyond, yeah, maybe abyss. Other than that, you're gonna be great. So I've told you the OP. Now that's your secret. Okay, now we can move on from that. For the build, I took every single minion node. Yeah, literally every single Indom Army, Fearsome Fours, Ravenous Horde, the Grave Intentions, the Enduring Bond will proc with Convocation Flesh Offering. We have Indom Army, and we went for the Righteous Army Redemption because we're never going to get Cluster Jewels. We went much more for the DPS route because I can already see a future where I don't tech into a bunch of this life and I just go the squishier route and we push, and it's really fun because it's just a 1 week event and who cares. And we'll get loot and it'll be really fucking fun, and it's not hardcore, so PogChamp. You can go hardcore, but you don't have to. So now I show you what I've actually done. So I showed you the skill tree of I teched every single thing that I possibly could. Why did I do all that? What are we supporting? What are we? Carrion golems. No awakened gems. And are you surprised? It's still impale. Still impale. Okay. And then you could run without minion damage, feeding frenzy. I'm not sure yet if you need it. So this is for people, they have to watch the video, and all these videos, you have to actually watch the video. You can't just steal the POB. It doesn't work. There's so much information that goes with the POB, so there will be people who copy, and then they'll be like, it doesn't work properly, or it doesn't feel the same as it should. Maybe feeding frenzy is better. We don't know. So because not running primordial might because you're poor, because it's SSF. Oh god, this event. So we're running big deeps. You'll know for sure that they'll leap slam 4 seconds and go beat something up. And now this is the guarantee, okay? So I took some Carrion golems and we showed that you could val them, so you could take some Carrion golems and put them in your offhand and level them up and try to go for the val for 21 because you're SSF. These you can flip with a GCP and get free quality. Maybe you'll find enough GCP. I don't know. We've never really infinite delved before. It might be interesting. This could be fun. Then there's the Ray Zombie 6-link. So I actually put a 2-hander in the build because I'm going this whole like big damage delving fuck it dude, you know, and bringing my minions. So I found that you could potentially find a subterranean weapon maul with minion damage, and then you could 6-link it with the fusings that you find eventually. So obviously at first maybe just a 6-link. And at first 5-link, 4-link, 3-link, you know, whatever you can get. A shield and wand at first probably. We're going to use what we can. And maybe the starter weapon that we get, because I've already predicted that because of past event from 2 years ago that I grabbed. And where did I find that from? Yeah, I'm not, no. I'm going to keep moving on. Yep. So you can find this in Delve. It's really cool. In a minion node, you can find minion damage 130. I think you can find +2 helmet, technically too. You can find a +2 helmet, and if it has some good mods like life and reses, that could be fucking insane. A +2 glove you could find. I think you can find a +2 boot. If you could find a +2 boot with move speed, that would be pretty good. I can't seem to find a +1 zombie mod anymore from delving. It doesn't seem to exist. I don't know, maybe you might be able to, and maybe a specter. I for now am teching specters in the build, but we have to remember the specters, you don't have Carnage Chieftains and Host Chieftains, so there's like all my support specters gone. And so I realized though that you can find Breach in Delve, so I can still get a Theof tool in Delve. So I'm still happy about that, you know. I'm still, and then maybe we'll just, someone who watches this will comment some nice cool specters that we can get from Delve that would be support specters to go with my 4-link helmet thing that I did. And then eventually if you get a minion life helmet from doing an Elder base from Delve that you found, if you can do that off of, I don't know if you can find Elder in Delve, so maybe not. Maybe you end up having to go like a +3 helmet or +2 minion gems helmet. And then you go minion life helmet. We put the chaos golem and the stone golem in the helmet this time, instead of feeding frenzy, because we already have the feeding frenzy. We just don't have mim. I think this is pretty fun. And so whatever the 2 carrion golems don't kill, because this is a 2 carrion golem, stone golem, chaos golem, so you only have 2 carrion golems. You don't have primordial might, no anima stone, but whatever the 2 carrion golems don't kill, hopefully the 8 zombies kill. It's because, okay, so 217,000 on the carry-ons, and then you got the zombies, and we got those to set 67,000 with 8. And, like, seriously, I didn't put, like, anything except for, like, some funny shit that I thought of. The belt is, I realized there is Abyss in Delving, so you should be able to find a Stygian Vice at item level 75. So I plan to get Ghastly Jewels earlier because we just find that we have jewel sockets that we could use probably early, that we pass by, maybe, and then we could use them. And like this one I literally passed through to get the golem node, and this one I did this because I wanted to do the pathing for Ravenous Horde, and I didn't realize it was the same amount of points. So technically, you could still go for the whole, like, going from up here, but I guess I had this anyways. But technically, you can do the 3 points here instead of the 4 points, and then I think you save 1 point from pathing above. It's like small stuff. We're talking about peanuts here. But then this is more aesthetic in the beginning because you get the jewel socket and you come through, and we didn't really, I don't know what we really... Yep. So you guys probably should still use the early league starter that I have of, like, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the health, into the skelly zombie, starting with zombie freezing pulse with the skeletons for summon raging spirit, all that stuff. The whole, like, league start build that I have up to 30, 34, 35 should still work. And then it's my golem build starting, and we already have all that content released too, so it's perfect. Everyone's going to be able to play this, and there shouldn't be any difficulties of what order everything should go because it's SSF. This is the most basic, and I'm breaking it down even more of trying to make it even simpler for people, that they have to just really get it out of their head right away that we have cluster jewels or any of that stuff. It's just gone. Just this, it's really simple what we have, and so I've gone very basic, and I wanted to do the old school, like, double zombies and carry-on. It might be eventual that we just say screw it and go skellies and not zombies, and then we don't have to worry about zombie survivability, and then we can push deeper because golems are going to be really strong, and the specters. Maybe we'll put these more tanky, like fortify, and we'll run like minion life, and or not run the feeding frenzy on it. And I don't know, who knows? Probably still run the feeding frenzy. I love it. Either way, that is all. That is my build. I think did I cover it all? Stygian Vice, so we can you can get Abyss Jewels, Ghastly Jewels from the Abyss nodes. I went for instant life, bleed immune, divine. You won't be able to use Einhar crafting for it. We never did before. Basalt, you can go for the reduced charges I mentioned for 30 of 60, and immune to poison. Because poison in delving, you can find poison on nodes. You shouldn't have pantheons, by the way. No pantheons. So you won't have burning ground immunity, and you won't have poison 5 stacks, and you won't have Lunaris for chain immunity. So a lot of shit is going to be scarier than ever. This is like super old PoE, dude. Now I know why it's only a week. Granite Flask, 100% armor and 1 charge when you're hit by an enemy. Silver Flask, curse immune, and 25% reduced charges. And then the Quicksilver for move speed and reduced charges. Easy clap. And I just put in a bunch of Ghastlies with life to simulate life, just to show what you could possibly get. No other mods except for this one where it had 9 dexterity, so that we had enough dex. Lol. Otherwise, I just crafted one res on each one, and on some of them I crafted a second res of 25 just to show how we had tons of space across the board, simulating life, and the weapon was literally just one base, nothing else. Just if we found it and then we 6-linked it, we could put it in, and maybe even you go as far as you don't even use the zombies 6-link thingy, and then you don't need the 6-link, and I don't know what you put in there, but there were some ideas of, oh, I need to show all the links now. So Carrion Golem 6-link, pretty normal. Carrion Golem, Brutality, Multi-Strike, Impale, Melee, Fizz, Minion damage. You could run Pulverize, Pride, Dread Banner, Summon Skitterbots, Generosity for the Dread Banner, for the Impale, especially because we don't have Cluster Jewels, so Impale hurts. It turns out that Impale is better than I thought back in the day, because it looks better than Hatred and all that stuff. Unless you use, I guess, Elemental Equilibrium. I hate using it, so yeah, that's the only way that it's better, which is what I found in the case before back in the day, and that's why we used Cyclone, and we would ourselves curse on hit, and we would try to trigger Elemental Equilibrium. The things we would Cyclone through would get Elemental Equilibrium, because we would have, like, on a ring, make our Cyclone do like 7 lightning damage, and now it increases cold and fire. It was really easy. But having to Cyclone into monsters, you would obviously rather use skills. So then I ran custom damage taken, a Mortal Call, and I put a Mortal Call in because we won't be able to get the armor, or I won't want to get the armor as high. I don't want to try to go for immunity. I would rather go for this you have infinite Sulfite, lol. So potentially you could run a damage curse, and this could be Frostwall, and you could switch a bunch of stuff around. You don't have to run Flesh Offering, but I thought corpse removal is going to be good. So there's still potential that this, if you remove the Cyclone, the zombies, and you go the Skellies, for example, then you could, or not even add the Skellies back, right? You go a Cyclone setup again, and you get phasing, you get your corpse removal, and it's funny. You could, I don't know. Just a bunch of options, right? This is in the helmet. You could go +2 helmet, like I said. Ray Spectre, Minion Life, Chaos Golem, Stone Golem. We might be able to get the +3. I don't know. Flesh Offering we can use for big damage, and then Flame Dash like normal. I like it. So 67k with 8 zombies. It was 480, I think, and we had 400k of Carrion Golem, and I liked running the Stone and the Chaos because 800 regen and 40% physical damage reduction with the 4400 armor looked pretty good. And if you look at the actual stats, these are the things that matter. We're looking at shit physical damage reduction, but we have 2 flasks, and we hopefully, because we're going full damage, you want these permanently up. So this is what you would actually expect, because it's delving. You're always hit. You're always in combat. Look at the Chaos. Okay, that is real. You are so squishy to Chaos. We're avoiding it. That's what I'm really going to do. And if I go into it, I might just die, and it's fine. I think I will accept this as an SSF just for fun, and I'm gonna make a lot of progress because of the way we're setting this up. And it's delve, dude. It's delve. So these are elemental immune, and then they're really tanky, and they also have really good physical chaos resistance because of the Grave Intentions node. So this is without going Dread March. Your AG is only going to need 17 with this skill tree. 17 chaos res if you went an AG. We don't have that. I was thinking, because I made the video for the other build where it had the Animate Guardian, and I was telling people they needed a lot of Chaos Res, well, they don't in this one. If they did make Animate Guardian, I don't know if you can get like a Kingmaker and stuff to make it worth it to make an Animate Guardian, but that would be cool. There is definitely room to be able to fit it in, especially with the zombie thing. It's really fun to leave this as an option that I've thrown out here that people can look at. And yeah, your stuff is ridiculously tanky. This is your Carrion Golems, and the one that I think would be the squishiest is, of course, the zombies. And even they have 86,000 elemental, 46,000 chaos, and 34 physical. So you can see that their physical is the worst, and I've taken everything physical on the skill tree, and the only way to do more physical is life. That's life, folks. So how would you do it? Well, you could get the 10 with the regen, the 12 here. You can get the 8, which is shit, or the 10 here. I don't really have many options. I have another 12 here, but really there's just no other physical without the dread marches of the, because it was such an even nice, it was really, I was stacking physical damage reduction and the chaos was the bonus, and because you could get the chaos from the dread march that you were gonna go for the physical and the move speed, then the chaos was for free. And this is all like spirit offering, omega lol. It's not gonna help me for the physical. It doesn't give me physical damage reduction on the spirit offering. If it did, oh my god. And dude, we literally, I tech this shit, I tech this, I put hatred on, and it still recommended me brutality, and I was like, brutality's just OP. Like, I don't understand. I can't get rid of it. It's just forcing physical so bad when it, in this like budget form. It's such a good start, and then when you start physical, why would you ever want to transition to another type later? It just feels like you would always want to build off the basic stuff, because imagine requiring an item to turn your physical minion into an elemental. Like, I don't like that, dude. Either way, thank you. No Pantheons. I don't think we have the bandit, so I guess actually I'm missing 2 skill points, but I already mentioned that I'm going to be going more life, and I already recommended starting the normal league starter skill tree going 12 points. So you would use my normal league starter, Carrion Golem. You would start as skeleton zombie stuff, and then you transition into this after when you feel ready. And I think the delving is going to be pretty friendly because SSF, you can die as many times as you want, and you have unlimited sulfite, so resources should be plentiful because it's just infinite mapping. Basically, it's infinite delving. Absolute insanity. Infinite fossils, infinite resonators, infinite darkness, infinite azurite. This is gonna be insane. I'm going to go endless. This is gonna be fun. Let's see how hard we can push in it. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoy this event as much as I do. It's an SSF, so obviously I just have everything, dude. Have fun. I hope you can watch and enjoy, and we can come up with stuff together, and the comment section will be full of other advice and ideas for this build and other people's takes on this too. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support. And I'm going to take this opportunity thank anyone new who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! I ended the video without looking at the post. I have to go back to the Path of Exile Gamepedia and do this stealth post thing. So basically, normally, none of this matters. I don't care. So what do you guys need to know? Delving. You come in. You delve. You want to follow this cart. Okay, but no, the cart follows you. Alright? You walk into the darkness, and you go along the path that the cart's going, and you're trying to get to the next node. And you're going to have these flares and this dynamite and this azurite. So you're going to look for azurite, because azurite's the currency in delving. So you know how in Heist you used rogue markers? In this you're using azurite. So just delete the sulfite bar in this. That doesn't exist. Sulfite was a mechanic with mapping. It doesn't exist. No mapping. Only delving. So all you're going to do is just keep running these nodes back to back to back, no sulfite cost. So the only thing that's really going to matter is your azurite and the flares and the dynamite. So there's all these mechanics that you're going to have to deal with when you're delving, such as darkness and the crawler and your like light. So I recommend that you go to the upgrade area and you upgrade your darkness and your light as much as you can. I like to make them the max because it's really fun. Until you get really, really, really deep, you can actually use the upgrades, and it's really nice because when you're, let's say, when you go to a node and you have 75 light, the entire node will be lit up. And if you have 75 darkness, then when you run in the darkness, you're going to have resistance bonus to the darkness, just like regular resistance. So it helps you tank in the darkness for longer. you would of course like that because you could last in the darkness for longer. Because when you go in the darkness, you can find hidden loot like fossil resonators, flares, dynamites, or azurite, and you can also find these walls that will be an indicator like this in the darkness, and then you can find fossil remains and all this cool loot. That's usually, people say it's more loot than the actual nodes, so that you should do the hidden paths. And so that covers that. There's biomes, so if you didn't know that there's different biomes, so different areas will have different fossils. I was going to make a sheet with this, but I figured that this was actually kind of nice as it was. So some of the stuff I was pointing out, even in my presentation, is that you can use perfect fossils for quality. You can use gilded to sell an item to the vendor for random loot, because you could get like mirror shard, I don't know, weird shit. Maybe you could get exalts from gilded fossils. So maybe you're low on exalts and these are completely useless. You could turn random items you find in Delve into, like, this is the first time gilded fossils people are going to gamble them, because this is actually worthless because you can't trade them, right? Okay. And then MBX will do it for the extra tag. I also realized that we could go pristines for the extra life, obviously. We can do, you could use these as like, well, actually, you can't roll maps. Never mind. Bound fossils, obviously, so that's petrified. You can also get bound from abyssal. You can get aberrant fossils too, more gilded. Lucent is mana. You can get frozen hollow for cold, so you can roll your armor. We can also roll prismatic to get more elemental, like we can get the reses that way. So a combination of maybe pristine and the other fossils. We got Scourge, prismatic, pristine, enchanted. This one's disgusting. Magma Fissure looks so good. An enchanted fossil, we might be able to get like Carrion Golem damage or Dread Banner enchant, because we don't have Max Impale, because we don't have the Cluster Jewel, so it's like old enchants are really good flesh offering damage. Attack speed, I mean. 21% attack speed on flesh offering from the enchant, maybe. A bunch of options. Hopefully we would get one of them maybe on a good base. Metallic fossil, perfect fossil, etheric. Yeah, so you tons of fossils. Obviously this is the main focus. It's Delve. This is the thing. You're gonna have 3 bosses. You could get off of all. You could get All's Uprising, and then you could get like Pride Reserves No Mana, and so you could run like more auras. This is a real drop. That would be one of the most insane things you could do. This would be your best in slot amulet for sure. So if you find all, it would be worth trying your best to kill him, because in theory it doesn't matter how many times you try, and you could keep changing your build. So it's actually also nice to look at what he actually is. So I don't know why he has no stats on this page specifically, but normally, yeah, you'd want to look up what type of damage maybe he does to be able to tank a hit from him. I think he's physical, cold. Physical, cold. Yeah. Then there's Kurgirl, physical, and then there's the Val one, who's basically the Val Temple, like the one from, he kind of reminds me, well, imagine getting this map and you can't run it, and what's the other one? I gotta humor myself on all of them now after I've seen that. Okay, and you can get these rings. Okay, there you go. So you won't be able to get like any of the exclusive stuff from like Blight or anything. No, no Blight gloves, no Blight boots, no. Oh my god, dude, there's so many things gone. Base game. We've gone back so many seasons. We're back to like Delve League, dude. 6 rogue exiles, primordial beasts, minor bosses. You can get primordial beasts, but then I don't think you can use the beasts. So these are the actual nodes. So like you can find a beast, but I don't think you can actually do the beasts. So you'll be able to get beast items. But yeah, so I'll go back to the top. Azurite nodes. This is how you actually get the Azurite, which is your currency to actually upgrade. I really love Azurite. Highly recommend doing your Azurite nodes, especially since it'll cost no sulfite. Assorted items, I can get currency. Weapon items, meh. You might need bases from these two though. Like this might be how you get your bases or your 6-links. A 6-link weapon, 6-link armor could be neat. I think it could be cool just like Heist, and maybe no one's ever done it because sulfite might have been too high of a cost, but when sulfite is free, we might be able to do this. And imagine if sulfite just never existed. Oh, Contains jewelry items. You can get your unset rings. Here's currency. Get your exalts, skill gems. Ooh, maybe we get 21s. 21, 23s if we get deep enough, maybe. I don't know. I haven't done enough delving with actually testing loot like this. 21s for sure. Strong boxes. Then this goes down the strong box thing that I've gone through this in my other video, where you can target divs, but then the divs won't be able. You can't open divs, so you shouldn't do divs. Divs are useless. It's really funny actually. Variable contains maps. This is completely useless too. All that map sustain added to the to those, what are these called? The chambers. All that map sustain completely useless. The crafting bench unlocks completely useless. It's really, wow, this is crazy, dude. But at least we'll have essences. We'll have essences. We have targeted items. Chaos, Cold, Lightning, Fire, Minion, Mana, Abyss, Legion. Like, we have Legion and Delve. That's really cool, at least. So you can get the splinters and you can get the things, but you won't be able to do anything with it because you can't go to your map device. No hideout. And then, but at least you'll have incubators. Can incubators get you anything that you wouldn't normally be able to get? Technically, talismans again. So more of this talisman anoint thing. So I really want to get a talisman anoint. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Contains fossil, more fossils. Harbinger, ancient orbs, ancient orb thing. If you harbinger a map, well, it's irrelevant. So harbinger orbs are useless, but at least you can ancient orb something. Maybe we'll ancient orb cold iron point, or I don't know how the hell you'll get the jewels, by the way, if you can't turn in div cards. That's why I said no primordial jewels. Like, how are you gonna do that? Okay, it contains a breach. Nice, we can get breach, but we can't actually do breach stones. So we can get Day of Tool. Here's Beyond Demons. Bestiary items, yep, gone through all that. Essences, so we can do some targeted crafting with that. Yep. And I think that covers the delve. So thank you guys for staying for the extra delve page. And again, thank you guys for watching.